All right, so let's just jump right into this. When you picture Wolverine, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For so many of us, it's the claws, that iconic hair, and of course that ever-present cigar just smoldering between his teeth. It's an image that just screams tough guy, right? But there's a way deeper story behind that simple prop.
Because what if that cigar isn't just about looking cool? What if it's actually a super sophisticated acting tool, the very key that unlocks the entire psychology of this character we all love? Well, that's exactly what we're about to get into.
So, first up, let's talk about the myth. This is the image we've all pretty much accepted for, almost 2 decades now? The cigar as just your standard tough guy prop.
And hey, why wouldn't we? It fits the character perfectly. I mean, whether you call him Logan, James Howlett, or Weapon X, he's a loner, right? A total outcast. He does what he wants, when he wants, and that cigar became the perfect visual for that whole attitude. It's like, the more you tell him something is bad for him, the more he's gonna do it.
Okay, but this is where it gets really, really interesting. Let's peel back the layers here and get into the actor's method, because Hugh Jackman had a much deeper reason for using that prop. He actually called it the relaxation paradox. This right here, this is the core conflict of Wolverine's entire being. On the outside, especially with that cigar in his mouth, he looks almost lazy. He's calm, he's in control. But we all know that deep down, the guy is a powder keg of rage, violence, and trauma, just waiting to explode at any second. And boom, here it is, straight from the man himself. Jackman used the cigar as a very conscious choice to create that contrast, that juxtaposition between the calm exterior and that raging storm on the inside. So see, it wasn't just a prop, it was his performance anchor. He's literally acting the complete opposite of how the character feels inside.
So the whole point is this: the cigar becomes a kind of emotional armor for him. Think about it. For a guy who has lived for centuries, seen and done horrible things, these moments of forced calm are a survival mechanism. It's his way of keeping that inner animal in its cage, even if it's just for a little while.
So we get the psychological why now, which is just fascinating. But let's shift gears to the practical how. Because keeping a cigar lit through almost 20 years of making these movies, well, that presented some pretty complex and honestly kind of funny challenges. Just try to imagine this for a second. How do you keep a cigar perfectly lit while you're jumping off a building or fighting somebody in a blizzard? Or how do you make sure that the smoke doesn't completely ruin a multi-million-dollar special effects shot? Across all those movies and all those different directors, this one little prop became so important that it literally needed its own technical support team just to handle the continuity. Incredible!
And all of this deep psychological work, the behind-the-scenes madness, it all builds up to what might be one of the greatest ironies in all of cinema. I mean, you can't even debate it. His performance was so authentic, so baked into the character, that for an entire generation, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is the definitive image of a cigar-chomping hero. He just made it look so completely natural.
And here it is, the punchline. The man who basically became a walking icon for cigars is, in real life, a non-smoker. His expertise was pure theater. It was so convincing that major cigar companies were lining up to offer him endorsement deals, which of course he had to politely turn down. I mean, if that's not a testament to great acting, I don't know what is.
So, it just goes to show you a simple object is never just a simple object, right? It really makes you wonder. The next time you're watching a movie, look a little closer. What other simple props? A spinning top, a pair of glasses? What else is out there hiding a whole universe of meaning, just waiting for us to figure it out?